Welcome to Beyond Death, where we examine near-death experiences from people that say they have died, visited the other side, and returned. Today's NDE comes to us from Stuart, last name redacted for privacy, who emailed us about how he died and encountered the angel Gabriel in heaven. Let's get straight into it. Beyond Death, I have been a fan of your channel for some time now, and finally worked up the nerve to tell my own experience with death. Let me preface this by saying that I do not declare myself to be one religion or another, and I never have. In fact, I have rarely attended church with the exception of when I was in basic training for the U.S. Army, and then it was for a completely selfish reason. Females attended church services, so it was the only time each week I had a chance to see one. Like I said, I was selfish, but then again, I was also only 18 years old. Around 6 years ago, I had to visit my doctor for a physical. My job required one at the time due to insurance reasons. I am not a fan of doctors at all, and have always expected the worst whenever I have had to see one. Well, this time I got the worst. Chest X-rays revealed a large spot on one of my lungs, and a biopsy later revealed it to be cancerous. I am not sure what the other stages of bad news are supposed to be because I immediately skipped straight to anger. I was always a non-smoker, and I had lung cancer. I think I called God every name in the book over that one. The hospital scheduled my surgery, and the doctors went in to remove the cancer. When I awoke in recovery, it was explained to me that they had to take the whole lung. You really don't understand how important breathing is until someone takes away half your ability to do it. Depression hit me next as I mentally began making a list of things I would no longer be able to do with my now reduced breathing capacity. I stopped eating, and my doctor was so worried he recommended I speak to the hospital chaplain, which I refused to do. Once I was back home, friends and family tried to talk to me. Looking back, I can see now they only wanted what was best for me, but at the time I was pushing everyone and everything away. I was mad at the world, and I wanted the world to know it. I wanted someone to blame, so again, I resorted to blaming God. After a few weeks of slowly wasting away, I took some medication the doctor had prescribed to help me sleep and laid down in my bed. I don't know how long passed before I awoke and got up. Only when I got up I felt an electric sensation that surprised me. Turning around, I saw that my body was still in bed with my eyes closed. The initial shock probably didn't last long as I quickly became accustomed to being outside my body. I didn't miss it, and I didn't wish to get back into it. I felt as if this is the way I was always meant to be, completely unencumbered by a body that could only cause me pain in this plane of existence. I also discovered I was able to think of a place, and I would just appear there. First, I tried moving through walls and doors, and when that worked, I decided to see what was beyond my ceilings. Was there a limit to how far I could travel? As I shot up through my ceiling and into the sky, I started looking around in a 360-degree view. I found out I could see all directions without turning. Then I saw a tunnel appear in the sky, and I felt drawn to enter it. I don't even know if I made a conscious decision to enter the tunnel. My being, whatever I was now, spirit, ghost, energy, just entered on its own, and I was soon traversing entire galaxies at an incredible rate of speed until I saw a light in the distance. The only way I can describe this tunnel is if you have ever seen the old TV show called Sliders. It was like that. As I got closer to the light, things began to slow down to a steady but reduced pace until I reached the light. The light was very bright, yet I could look directly at it, kind of like a warm, soft white light. Energy pulsated from the light, but there was more as well. There was a calm, peaceful, loving feeling that is not even describable with any words known to man. This energy and love surrounded me. It entered me, and it became me, and I became it. I have never before or since felt anything like this feeling, and I hope everyone gets to experience it one day. While I was co-joined to the light, I began to experience knowledge, for lack of a better word. I just suddenly knew things I never knew before. The answers to the entire universe were at my fingertips for me to peruse at will. All I had to do is think of a question, and I knew the answer faster than anything I have ever experienced. No words were being spoken to me. The answers were just downloaded directly into my understanding, if that makes sense. I don't know how long I searched the knowledge being supplied to me because time just didn't exist there. That can be a hard concept to grasp for us humans. Even now, I have a hard time with it, and I experienced it firsthand. I do not recall there being a life review for me, nor did I see Jesus or God at any time. What I did experience was exiting the light and being separate from it again, and immediately wanting to rejoin the light, but some force was stopping me. At first, my desire to rejoin the light was so much that I wasn't paying attention to anything else around me, but slowly I began to look around and find out what was holding me back from re-entering the light. That is when I saw a being of light that stood at least 10 feet tall. The being began to communicate with me in a non-verbal manner, telepathy. "It's not your time yet. You must go back," the being said. "Who are you? Why can't I stay?" I asked. "I am the angel Gabriel, and you cannot stay because you are not finished on earth yet," he stated in a matter-of-fact voice. "But I don't want to go back. It's too hard there," I begged. Gabriel wrapped me in a hug, and I felt the same love the light was feeding me only a short time before. Gabriel next looked at my face, and he said, "I know it's hard there, and so does our Lord, and your life on earth is challenging, which is why you were given it. All the toughest challenges go to the strongest souls. Your soul is stronger than you yet realize." Gabriel's words were comforting and inspiring. If he believed in me, I could believe in me too. Still, I had one final question before agreeing to go back to Earth. "Can you tell me what my mission on Earth is?" I asked. Gabriel laughed and answered, "I am unaware of what your particular mission is. It could be to save a life, or have a child, or even have a child that later saves a life. Whatever it is will reveal itself and come to pass when it is time. Until then, trust that there are no small pieces in the Lord's plan." With that, Gabriel returned me to my bedroom and watched as I got back into my body. I remember waking and looking at the clock on my nightstand. I promptly picked up the phone and called my sister to tell her of my experience. She wanted me to see a head doctor because she didn't believe me. Since that day, I have stopped feeling sorry for myself and became a member of a church. I have also apologized to God for all the names I called him when I found out about my cancer, and 3 years ago, I got married. We have no children as of yet, but if that is my mission, or even part of my mission, I trust it will happen when it is supposed to. Thank you for giving me the chance to tell my near-death experience. Please use only my first name if you post this because I see some of the comments you receive, and I don't wish to deal with that. Stuart, what an amazing NDE story. Let me know in the comments below what you think about Stuart's NDE. Until next time, stay blessed.